Welcome to day 3 of the 4 essentials to building your song. On the first day, we did the chords, and the second day, we did the bass. And today, we're going to do the drums. If the drums don't feel good, nothing else will. But I'm going to show you how to build clean, modern drum groove, even if you've never made one before. So what do drums do? Drums give your song rhythm and energy and groove. They even tell your listener how to move. Even a simple drum pattern can change your track instantly. So the first thing we need to do is pick a drum kit. I really like Drum GPT because it will build a full drum kit for you instantly. So let's just do classic drum. Now you can see it generated a full drum kit. The main elements of a drum groove are kick, snare, and hi-hats. The closed hi-hat and the open hi-hat. If you don't like this drum kit, you can actually just enable a different one. Let's try another one. You can even use some of these ideas. Let's go with this one. And you can also go to your library if you want to go back to one of your other kits. Like, I really like this one. Okay, now let's start building up our drum groove. And let's start with the kick. So we see that the kick here, it says it's on C2, but it's actually on C1. So we can actually just draw it in. So where we want to put the kick is on beats 1 and 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in. We can see this is beat 1, this is beat 2, this is beat 3, this is beat 4. So that's where our kick is. So we're going to write it in, beat 1 and beat 3. And then we basically just want to copy and paste this over and over again. Here we go. That already sounds good as it is. If you want to make a classic dance beat, you can add the kick on every beat. So I'm just going to hold down Option to copy it and paste it right here. And this is what that would sound like. If you don't want the kick to play that much, you can just add a kick on the and of 2. So let me just move this over here. Let me shorten it. See? Adds just a little bit of funkiness. Now let's add the snare. In most modern music, the snare goes on beats 2 and 4. So let's find it. Here we go. So I'm just going to write in on beats 2. Let me zoom in a bit so we can see it. 2 and 4. Yes, now we're cooking. Now we're just going to paste it, copy and paste it. And here we go. Now what you can do is, if you want, you could place the snare on beats 3. This kind of creates like a halftime feel. Let's see. But I like keeping it on beats 2 and 4. It really just depends on what you want. Okay. Now we're going to add our hi-hats. The simplest beginner hi-hat pattern is on every 8th note. So let's draw them in. What we can do is we can set this to 8th note and basically just go crazy. So I'm just going to hold down Option and move it over again and again and again. Here we go. Now to spice things up a little bit, we could put the last 8th note of maybe every 4 bars on the open hi-hat, which is that. So this is what that sounds like. If you want to spice it up even more, we can just break up some of these rhythms, just kind of randomly, wherever you see fit. Another thing that you really want to do is you want to add some variation to the velocity and even the quantize. A human drummer would never play everything at the exact perfect time and the exact velocity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Command A and I'm going to go over to Functions, MIDI Transform, and then do Humanize. And this is going to slightly vary the quantize and the velocity. So check it out. Now we can see it. Pretty cool. If you want to add some variety, you can add a few other percussive elements, maybe at the end of the phrase. So let's see what we can add here. Here's some toms. So maybe let's write in a tom. Actually, just two is good. Or you can add a shaker. Sometimes I like to just add in loops here. So what I'm gonna do is just clear, go to shaker, just put a shaker underneath here. You kind of have to try a few things to see what fits. Another way you can quickly add drums in your track is by using something called the step sequencer. Lots of DAWs have this. So to access this, I'm going to press P to open up the piano roll, and then I'm going to select step sequencer. Now what we have to do is assign our pads. So here we see that the kick is on C2, but I know it's actually C1. So I'm actually gonna go here, go to notes, and then do C1. And now we have the kick here. So the snare, it says D2, but I know it's D1. So I'm gonna assign the snare to D1. Then I'm gonna assign the hi-hat, which is on F#2. So I'm gonna put F#1. And then the open hat, which is A#1. Yeah, so we can actually now just start building it in. So the kick is going to go on 1 and 3. The snare is going to go on 2 and 4. And I'm actually going to do kind of like a dance beat. So I'm going to put the snare on beats 1, 2, 3, and 4. The hi-hat on every 8th note. And the last one an open hat. And here we have it. Now, if we want, we can go over here, convert, control click on it or right click on it, and then select convert to MIDI. And now we have it as MIDI notes. So your task for today is to create a drum groove. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to add melodies to your song. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you tomorrow.